Good afternoon, everyone. This is Jared Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for January 5th, 2020, 3 p.m. Eastern. I had this come to me unsolicited, just anonymously, and I think it's pretty in some ways will give you some heads up on knowing who and what we are going within. It's just a few little statements. Don't wait for time, make it. Don't wait for love, feel it. Don't wait for money, provide value and earn it. As often as I tell you, create value, build wealth. Don't wait for the path, find it. Don't wait for opportunity, create it. Don't go for less, get the best. Don't compare, be unique. Don't fight your misfortune, transform it. Don't avoid failure, use it. Don't dwell on mistakes, learn from them. Don't back down, go around. Don't close your eyes, open your heart mind. Don't run for life, embrace it. Just reasserting the urgency for this civilization to embrace itself in each one of us through the heart mind, and to decide to take the journey within us, the God within us. Everything is within us, and that's why, if you wonder why things seem to go by so slowly, it is because the majority of this civilization is not in sync with who and what they are. Those of you who are find it, stressful and challenging at times because of the fact that things seem to just drip a little bit at a time. And the reason is because of those who aren't aware. They're just not awake. And you think about the fact that we have all been trained forever into the belief that everything is external. Everything. That we have to wait for things to happen. That we have to wait for everything. We have to wait until we're told for everything. And this is why we use rockets and combustible engines and archaic technologies, because we're in a control mechanism, external control mechanism, that literally looks at us as either food or slaves. Is either food or slaves. And so that's why the way that things are shifting is because of each and every one of us. It's the only way. There's no direction when the ego mind controls you. It literally stops you from progressing. If you allow it to control you, if you allow it to dictate to you, to your heart mind. The ego mind dictates to the heart mind. Guess what's created? Fear. That's where it comes from. That's its roots. The ego mind dictates to the heart mind. The heart mind responds with fear. Now, if you reverse that and you embrace the heart mind, and you fully are conscious that the heart mind oversees the ego mind, that means that the heart mind embraces the thoughts from the ego mind that are the most beneficial for you. The other way around, there's no telling what's beneficial for you, because there's so many, and because the ego is never, ever satisfied. It will continually throw things at you. Where do you think the drive element comes from? Where people don't ever have enough money. Where do you think that comes from? It is the ego mind dictating to the heart mind incessantly. Not enough, not enough, not enough. Got to have more, got to have more, got to have more things, have to have more things, have to buy more things, have to have more money, have to have more money. If I don't have more money, what am I going to do? You know, what if I lose it? What if I lose it? What if I lose it all? What's going to happen? Oh, gosh, what am I going to do? And it's a continual, incessant bleeding from the heart mind that the ego mind is literally attacking nonstop. And this is why we must embrace the heart mind permanently. And once we're able to do that, once in our own ways, each and every one of us, with our own leadership for ourselves and our own thinking for ourselves and our own governing, this is the only way that this planet is going to transform. There's no other way. You know, people have been waiting, if you look out throughout history, waiting for someone out there to save us. Seriously, think about that. If you go back and you look at different times where you will read of stories before the internet where there was a big push where people were convinced they were going to be saved by an external authority. Something out there is going to save us. Save us, okay? Now understand that mentality, and I'm sure a lot of you will understand this, is a slave mentality. It is an external authority dictating to each and every one of us that we're going to have to wait because one day from far, far away, someone is going to come and save us. Some off-world race, civilization is going to save us. And this has been going on for years and years. And what it does is it literally leads the civilization in false beliefs that one day that's going to happen. And the irony to it is that we have always been, always will be, the saviors of ourselves. We have always been the ones who, once conscious, once without ego, once with full compassion, once with deep understanding and deep gratitude and eternal love, would transform this entire planet. And if you take the understanding clearly and consciously that low frequencies cannot operate in high frequency. They cannot. They must change form. They must graduate up into the higher frequencies. What are higher frequencies? They're of beauty, love, joy, peace, bliss. Those are the high frequencies. What are the low frequencies? Anger, hate, depression, low confidence, ego. Those are the low vibrational frequencies. You can't bring, they cannot occupy the same space. If you took these bodies that we're in, right, the third density bodies, right, operating so that we can occupy third density space, and if you took these bodies and you said, okay, we're going to drop you into a fifth or sixth density, the body, your body, okay, what do you think would happen? It's pretty self-explanatory. The body would cease to exist. It could not stand in that high of a frequency when it's only a 3B frequency. Now, when the rest of our DNA, the rest of our genome, our quadruple helixes, which are dormant right now, they were to spring alive like a Christmas tree, our frequency would immediately change. The body's frequency would change. Many things would take place. This is why we are, all of us, all of our bodies are changing. And I don't mean from the perspective of your general changing. I mean a perspective from the nucleus of the body, the very source creation of the body. The frequencies are shifting and changing within these bodies. Because as you, like I said, some of us will wake up one morning and things will be different. And we won't notice that we are on a different planet, so to speak. We will notice the fact that we are different. And because we are different, the surroundings are different. And this is what we're all experiencing right now. It goes way beyond the constructs that have been shown us as a civilization, because they're all false. Everything's false. So you're raised in a illusion. It's false. It's not real. And it is up to each and every one of us to elevate ourselves out of that falseness. You know, there's no way to do it other than we come together collectively and we commit time each day to meditate and learn more and more about who and what we are. And as we do this, we gain major conscious understanding, and then you're able to steer the ship. You know, okay? You know what's happening on this planet. You cannot not know. You feel it. You don't just sense it, you actually feel it. There's major shifts happening every split second. You would not see what you're seeing with these dark ones, these demons, unless they were so agitated and frightened because of the very fiber that they existed in is melting away. They cannot sustain themselves in higher frequencies. Do you honestly believe that a dark matter frequency can sustain itself in deep eternal love? Think about that now. Do you honestly think that a dark matter frequency can sustain itself in deep eternal love? Cannot. The love is so much under high pressure that it just explode. It just absolutely disintegrates. And some of you have seen tests where you use a frequency device that sends out high frequencies to matter, to another frequency, okay? And, you know, Yamamoto did the ice crystals water a long time ago, and by playing different music, which is frequency, and saw what happened to the crystal of the water, which is life, which is its own entity, its own element. And you saw what happened when certain musics, which were frequencies, played to the formation of the actual ice crystals. It's no different with any frequency. If you go higher and higher and higher, it's going to change the very shape and imaging of whatever it is you are directing that frequency at. We are all, and when we chose to be, we're on this ship. The ship is the journey within us. And every split second, we're discovering more and more of who and what we are. And as we become more aware, and as we're able to supervise the ego mind with the heart mind, and as we're able to reprogram the subconscious mind, we then begin to understand what mastership truly is. And the understanding, as you've heard me say this many, many times, just be. Just be. That's this meditation. Just be. Do nothing. Try it. Sit and just be. You know, we've been goaded and tricked and deceived so long that we believe that we should always be actively doing things, and a lot of it is just a bunch of rhetoric. It goes nowhere. And when you just be, and the heart mind is front and center, then you dismiss the ego mind, and it no longer can distort your direction or your journey within. Because that's what the ego mind does. It distorts and distracts your journey within. And if you allow it to be in control, it's exactly what will continually happen until you leave the body. And you say to yourself after leaving the body, wow, there was a lot of things I wanted to do and I didn't get any of them done. It's because the ego mind was in control, fully, and it was leading you astray all the time. And by just embracing the heart mind, you still the ego mind. It no longer can take you way off your journey within. And by just being, it gives you much ability to deeply look within and absorb and embrace within. Because it's up to each and every one of us. Never has been any different. Not ever. It's always been in our journey within on how this planet is. Period. And you can have 50 planets all inhabiting the same space, but in different frequencies. You see what I mean? Because one frequency is different than another, so it doesn't encroach the space of the other frequency. They're totally separate, but can be in the same space, hence sacredness of space, but without interference with each other. It's for some it's a little mind-boggling, but in reality, when you really look at it, you feel it within the heart mind to be exact. When we just be, we still the mind, the ego mind. We do it. We still it. What does that mean? It means that it's not shooting thousands of thoughts at us randomly. It's endlessly. It means that we are in control from the standpoint of being in the heart mind that watches the ego mind, watches the thoughts. We become so expert at it that we choose finitely each thought that we believe and understand through our own vibrational frequency, that this thought is going to become very useful. This thought over here is not, so therefore I'm not going to even entertain it. And when it comes in, I will dismiss it. You're just a thought. You're nothing else. You need me to make you a reality. And I don't care to, because right now, the thought that you are has nothing that is going to assist me with anything. It is going to pull me onto the lower frequencies, which I don't care to be in. Boom, it goes. 150% of the time, it's gone. It doesn't. You you get other thoughts. And then eventually you'll get so autopiloted through the heart mind that you will selectively choose thoughts to embrace and make realities. So by being, you literally clean you clean everything away. The runway is empty. It isn't cluttered. You honestly think you could take off of a runway if it was just scattered with all kinds of wreckage and debris? No, you couldn't. And this is what we're doing. We're cleaning out the wreckage and debris of all of the thoughts that we've embraced into realities and the dictation of the ego mind. And as we do that, we are operating from the heart mind in stillness, in just being, so that all the debris vaporizes, gone. As far as the eye can see, there's nothing but emptiness. Clean surface, so that our flight path and our journey within is unobstructed. Nothing holding us back. It's fluidity, and it's just beautiful motion, unobstructed. So this meditation is just be. If you will, go to a place where you're not going to be interrupted, which I am sure we all are. And the first thing that we want to do is to relax our temples, our bodies. And the body is truly a temple. How can it not be if it houses the kingdom of God, the heart of God, the mind of God, the eyes of God? How can it not be a temple? So how do we relax it? We surrender. Every second we can, we're surrendering to the God within. This way we don't become miscombobulated, heavy-weighted, worried, stressed, and fearful, and that's when the ego mind is running the show. And the only thing that fear gets you is what? More fear. That's it. That's all it gets you, more fear. So you know that. So when you go into a fear, or that little uneasy feeling in the pit of your stomach, that the ego mind has sent a thought that literally you have embraced and have pulled into the heart mind, which then has generated fear. Right? What does anger do for you? It brings more anger. It attracts more anger. What does hatred do for you? It attracts more hatred. What does cynicism, negativity, do for you? It attracts more of the same. This has never been meant to be rocket science for any of us. It is meant to be open, clear, concise, and clean. That we have a full view of everything that we are and who we are, so that we do not become entrenched in these dark matter low frequencies while we're in these bodies. So we just surrender. We surrender to all around us. We surrender to everything outside of us. We surrender to anything that we may be challenged with in the body. Any dis-ease. We surrender. You see? We surrender to the gods we are. And we have the confidence without the ego that we will be fine. As a matter of fact, we will be spectacular. So the body relaxes. How can it not? Everything falls away. If you haven't experienced it, it's because you're doing it with your ego mind, thinking that you're doing it with your heart mind. For relaxing the body to moving into the now. The now is what? Being. You're being. That's it. You're doing nothing else. You're in the moment, in the now, and you're being. You stay in the now by being. Being is basically you're doing nothing. Say, you don't do anything. You just be. And you're in the now. And the past, and the present, and the future is all in the now. It's all in your beingness. We create our future in the now. We don't go into the past to create our future. Is that a bad thing? No, it's not a bad thing. But why would we do that? It's more of the ego mind direction. So we're relaxing the body. We're in the now. And we're in the now and we're in being. Just being. And we want to breathe. And we want to breath in through our nose. Nice, healthy breath in. And we want to hold that. I am light, I am love, I am. 3 seconds. I am light, I am love, I am. And then we do a nice, easy breath out, exhale from the mouth. Now, breathing or breathing is so important for these temples, these bodies that we are in. Oxygenates the blood. Do you know that when we shallow breathe, that we're reducing our oxygen intake greatly? What do you think that does to the rest of the body? And a lot of us do it because we're not even aware. The only time we truly become aware of our breath is when we are taxed or challenged. If you run up a flight of stairs and you're breathing heavy, you're forced to have to focus on your breathing because you're going, wow, why am I breathing so heavy? Okay? Which is also generates fear from the ego mind dictating to the heart mind. Uh-oh, what's wrong? So the breathing is absolutely imperative. And we relax the body. We're in the now. We are being. And we breath. And we do this at least 6 times while I'm talking. And so as you breath in and you hold, I am light, I am love, I am, you are focusing on one thing and one thing only, the now. That's it. Nothing else. And in the now, all you do is be. Be. Because eventually, guys, that's all a lot of us will ever be doing is just being. See? Be amazed on what it does. You move into being. Just being. Now, as we breath in divine positive energy. This is a powerful frequency from Source Creator, Source Creation. That which created us. The collective consciousness of this planet Gaia Earth. The collective consciousness of the universes. And it comes in through the God that we are within this temple and into the heart mind. It is a frequency, it's a feeling of harmony and balance that comes in. And to truly begin to embrace the gods that we are, we then start to practice being. And it's like, what is being? You just sit, you do nothing, you have no TV, you've got no distractions, you don't read a book, you don't play music, you do nothing. You just be. You don't contemplate. You don't think. You don't project into the future. You don't work into the past. You are not constructing anything, building anything, doing anything. You are just being. That's it. Now, as you breath out, of course, we know that the ego mind is going to conflict with that. And it's going to do what it's always done. It's going to try to dictate to us on what we should be thinking and how we should be being, how we should be. And it will send thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands endlessly of thoughts at us. And if we embrace them, and we don't care, we just keep embracing them, then things will continue to be the way they've always been, and this journey and the 3D illusion of externalities as our guide. Externalities are our guide in this 3D illusion. So we have the heart-mind. We reside in the heart-mind. We also are the kingdom of God housed within these temples. And so we're one. We have the body. We operate from the heart-mind. And we are the God. And we have many others with us. We have all the archangels, the cherubim, the seraphim, the archetypes, all of them. All in the highest, deepest, eternal love, from the highest, deepest, eternal love and deepest of gratitudes. They've been with us since the beginning. Trillions of them. They're all over the place. And at times, some of them are surrounded us with as many as 10,000 or more. They don't take up space like we do. They're in a different dimension. They vibrate at a different frequency. We see them on occasion in flesh, in an illusory form, and then we also feel them. And they are with us. The ascended masters. Kuan Yin, Maitreya, Buddha, Lakshmi, Ganesh, Gaia, Saint Germain, Sananda, Jesus, El Moria, Abundantia, Thoth, Hell, many, many, many more. And these are gods who have ascended out of the body and maintained their God forms. We are gods that have ascended into the body. And these temples house our gods. So when the God enters the body, it is a transformation for the body. Hence the word ascension. Every time the God enters the body, it is a form of ascension. Okay? Ascension simply means inhabiting a higher frequency form. If you want to put it in a stark presentation, without any bells and whistles, ascension is inhabiting a higher frequency form, so that form can hold the God in that frequency. See? So that the God can experience within that frequency and that form that holds the God. It's like, it's almost like when you go out in space in these bodies, you have to put on a spacesuit in order to breathe. Okay? So in order for the gods to operate in different densities, different frequencies, and they want to do it in physical form, they can do it anytime in their God form, but to experience the physicalities of just being being in other forms, then we have to create a higher density frequency form for us to inhabit. Then we experience that density, that new dimension, and we begin to experience. See? No different than here in the third dimension. We enter a body that is specifically designed for third density, 3 dimension, so that we can experience in that body, in that dimension, in physical form. So the ascended masters are of the highest, deepest eternal love and the deepest of gratitudes from the highest, deepest eternal love. Many, many, many. So what do? We all come together, and arm in arm, hand in hand, we form a circle of light, a halo that is around the equator of this planet Earth, Gaia. And when we do this, we emit a light, and the light is not the illusion of the Luciferian light. It is the light of the love that we are, that is the creation of Source creation that we are. And that light is the pure energy and frequency of the gods that we are within these bodies, these temples. It is blinding. It cannot be looked upon because it is so bright. It grays out the very sacredness of darkness of space. So it fills space. And as we do this, we create spheres. The Earth, Gaia, has a sphere. We all have spheres. We are housed in high frequency, deep eternal love, deep eternal gratitude. And our frequencies are very high. This is why that any and all negative, low matter, survival frequencies, dark matter frequencies, cannot sustain, penetrate, or harm anything of us, with us, for us, by us. Cannot. You determine that if you drop into low frequencies for extended periods of time, you then have decided to make yourself vulnerable to low vibrational frequencies. It's always our choice. Always our choice. No matter what the external authorities try to condition you to believe otherwise. So we begin to levitate, float up, and as we do this, we move outside the body, we float above the head. We are freeing. And we are compelled, because of the love that we are, is to draw other parts of Source creation, other brothers and sisters, all the light energy beings and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever, beyond, and forever. Only those who are of the highest, deepest eternal love from the highest, deepest eternal love can join us in this meditation, in this circle of lightness now. They're in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-ego mind. Kind, generous, humble, benevolent and tranquil, peaceful, joyous, blissful, non-negativity. And they come in the Googleplexes from billions of universes, trillions of universes. And each Googleplex fills the entire universe. So they come in 360 degrees, all from all angles. And they join us in this now, in this circle of light, in this meditation. Arm in arm, hand in hand. Their gods with our gods with theirs. They are of the highest, of deepest, deepest, deepest frequencies. We are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest frequencies, which is gratitudes. The highest of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes is the highest of frequencies. Love, bliss, joy. We, too, are in the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes. The highest of the deepest, deepest, deepest frequencies. And we're all one, and we're all love. And our God-light energy is absolutely everywhere. We call upon the inhabitants of hollow earth, inner earth, beneath earth, Agartha. All of these civilizations, and only those who are of the highest, deepest eternal love from the highest, deepest eternal love can join us in this now, in this meditation, in this circle of light. They're in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego mind, non-negativity, stillness of mind, being, joy, love, peace, kindness, generosity, tranquility, benevolence, humbleness. And they come in the billions, arm in arm, hand in hand. They join us in this now, in this circle of light, in this meditation. Their gods with our gods with theirs. They are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes, and we are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes, and we are all one, and we are all love, and our God light energy is absolutely everywhere. We call upon the galactics, the off-worlders, the Pleiadians, the Syrians, the Arcturians, the Andromedans, all of these civilizations, and there are many, many, many. Only those of the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love can join us in this now, in this meditation, this circle of light. They have been assisting us in our evolution, in our enlightenment, in our ascension, in freeing ourselves from our own self-imposed bondage and our own self-imposed slavery. They're in full compassion and non-judgment. They are in non-ego mind. They are in stillness of mind. They are in being. They are kind, generous, humble, benevolent, tranquil, non-negativity, blissful. And they come in the billions, arm in arm, hand in hand. They join us in this now, in this circle of light, in this meditation. Their gods with our gods with theirs. They are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes. We are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes. And we are all one. And we are all love, and our God-light energy is absolutely everywhere. We call upon our loved ones, all of those who have ascended out of body in this lifetime and all lifetimes that we've inhabited. And only those who are of the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love can join us in this meditation, in this now, in this circle of light. They're in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego mind, stillness of mind, beingness, generous, humble, tranquil, benevolent, joyous, kind, peaceful, blissful. And they come in the billions, arm in arm, hand in hand, they join us in this now, in this circle of light, in this meditation. Their gods with our gods with theirs. They are of the highest, of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes. We are of the highest, of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes. And we are all one. And we are all love. And our God light energy is absolutely everywhere. We call upon all of the light energy beings who have decided to be housed in the following forms: on, in, above, and below this planet Earth, Gaia, and this now, and this circle of light, and this meditation. They are only those who are of the highest, deepest, eternal love, from the highest, deepest, eternal love. The fairies, the sprites, the elves, the gnomes, the dwarves, the trees, the elements, elementals, earth, air, water, fire, the mermaid, the dolphin, the whale, the Pegasus, the unicorn, the centaur, the minotaur, and many, many, many more. They're in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, ego mind, non-negativity, beingness, peace, joy, love, kindness, generosity, humbleness, tranquility, benevolence. And they come in the trillions, in shape, size, forms, configurations, color combinations of which we have never seen before. Arm in arm, hand in hand, they join us in this now, in this circle of light, in this meditation. Their gods with our gods with theirs. They are of the highest, of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes. We are of the highest, of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes. And we are all one, and we are all love, and our God light energy is in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever, beyond, and forever. It saturates, it floods the very sacredness of all space in all things, everywhere. We look up and we see our meditative sphere. It's at center circle. We created this sphere. It houses all of our meditations in perpetual motion. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of these meditations in perpetual motion. When the absolute highest frequency of deep eternal love and the deepest of gratitudes floods us. It saturates our entire physical body, our temple, head to toe, inside and out, and our God. It is a waterfall of source creation, deep eternal love and gratitude. It floods us into the knowingness that we are and who we are, and that our journey to all of our answers is within us. And we more and more practice being. More and more, more and more, more and more. Hence, all of that which we desire shall be ours. We look down upon the planet, Earth, Gaia. You see all of our brothers and sisters. You see all life. In, on, above, and below this planet Earth, Gaia. This planet being transformed into a God planet. All life is transforming because our collective consciousness is rising at such an accelerated rate is that our intent is to know inside and out the gods that we truly are, and the love and gratitude that makes us through source creation, through our family, Mother, Father, God, the feminine and the masculine, prime source creator God, all of us created by source creation. You vibrate, we all vibrate by in the being. We just be. Nothing else. This will shut down the ego mind. It will literally quiet everything. No incessant thoughts. No delving into the past. No wondering about the future. Just being. All of us. I'll join you in a meditation and I'll return to close us out. night, following morning. Because it is the shift. We are the shift. Always have been. And collectively, we accelerate the frequencies of this planet, collective consciousness, and this solar system and beyond. Try it. Be. You do nothing. You just be. See what happens. We'll be back here January 6th, 2020, Monday, 3 p.m. Eastern.